Well, all right, here we are on this project again. I'm gonna do a little light uh, wet dry sandpaper on this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it wet. I took this up as far as I'm going to take it, as far as the Minwax tung oil finish goes. I have my sandpaper over here soaking in some water. I put a little drop of dish soap in there, and the dish soap helps the sandpaper from plugging up on you. Then I'm going to wrap this in that sponge, sanding sponge. And then we're just going to do little short circles like that. And all I'm basically after is just to get it to feel smooth. And once we get this process done, then we'll buff it out. And with any luck at all today, I'll start putting it together. I don't know if I'll get it all in one video or not. I doubt it. Like I said, I don't like to. I've gotten to where I make my videos around that 20-minute mark or less. I do that for a couple of reasons. According to YouTube, you all out there don't watch my videos past 2.5 minutes. So I shortened them up, put more of them on there, put them on a playlist. You can always go back and see how this guitar started and how it's going to end up. And I did order that output jack plate. That's supposed to be here Tuesday. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. I just take a dry paper towel and wipe that off. What I'm going for on this guitar is not flatness or any of that. What I want both sides to have that rustic wood look to it, and I think I achieved that on this. And we will see. Yeah, see now I think I'll just buff that out. That's nice and smooth to the touch. A couple areas right up in there we still need to work on. All you gotta do is run your bare hand across it once you think you got it. You'll feel the difference in the finish if you miss spots. Like I said, too, like if you listen to your sanding, then it'll change tone as you're sanding away. So I think that feels pretty good. Yeah, I think most of that'll come. What's ever left on there will come out when buffed. I'm going to take it out of the sanding sponge, fold that over so I can do the neck. Oh yeah, thank you again for all the super cool comments that some of you made on this guitar. Really don't know what I'm going to do after this. Once this is done, I really, other than finish up my cabinet that I'm making for my guitar, which I have not posted anything on yet, really. I've shown you all some pictures of it and stuff as I've been going along with it. But I got a whole video of that. I'm putting it together as I go on that. So I'll just put that on all at once. be a one video shot. Lots of pictures on that video. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, that whatever that mahogany is, really looks good. I don't remember what I did with my. Thought I had everything out here, but I gotta look for my finishing wax. I might have left it out in the shop. I'll be back in a little bit. All right. Um, this is the stuff that I use right here. Min wax paste finishing wax. Protects and polishes. Furniture trim and paneling. I've used this stuff on bare wood and it really comes out pretty cool. But anyway, I have to get a can opener 1000 out. So what we're going to do is we're going to wipe this wax on here. Now the wax recommends it let it dry for 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know if I'll wait that long, but we'll see. You just start rubbing that in. Now what I have found, the reason why I use this paste wax is chemically, I think it reacts to the Min Wax tongue oil finish, and it really does give it a nice hard shine, or hard surface, let's put it that way. And it will shine it too. And that was the main reason why I started using it. Now after you get it on here, you can still use whatever polish you want over it. It ain't gonna take it off. And I've got guitars sitting over here on the rack that I've used this on. It's the only thing I used on it. I don't use anything else. And so anyway, I just put it on it like you're seeing me doing it. I just put it in circular motions, kind of like when you're waxing your car, For those of you that still wax your cars, that's getting to be a thing in the past here. I rarely see anybody waxing their cars these days. I remember there was a time I'd spend almost the whole day waxing my cars. And I've had a lot of them. I wish sometimes I could go back to that era. But anyway, that's how I apply this. That's how I apply this wax, and I'm gonna let it set up for a little bit. My wife just got back home from the store, so I'll go out and help her unload the car. And then by that time I can start buffing this out. I gotta set the drill up with the buffer pad on it. But alrighty, I'll bring you back in just a little bit here. Alright, so here we go. We're going to take this drill here. Hope this all comes out on the video. And we're going to start to buff this out. It's going to be a little noisy. I don't know if the microphone will pick it up or not, but it'll be noisy on my end. Okay, here we go. Yeah, slick as anything. That's what we were after. And so I may just turn this over. I wonder if I dare put some of that on there. Let's try it. Oh well. What I got to lose? We're going to do the same thing here. We'll just wipe some of this on. Now this top, I just put 3 coats of that on there, and on the back it's got like 7 coats. And I think it'll be fine, mighty fine. I like all little marks and stuff this top's got in it. Everything. There's a little nail hole here. There's another one over here. Another one back here. I don't know if it's on camera or not, but anyway, it is what it is. All right, that come out looking pretty good. Is it showing camera? This LED light and me go round and around. But anyway, let's see what it looks like without the light on. Enough light? Not enough. Let's turn the other light on. That ain't better. There we go. That's a little better. The other light's just way too over bright, I think. But anyway, that is it. We can start putting this thing together, and that's where we'll be headed right now. All right, I'll gather my parts and start see if we can't put this together. I'll bring you right back in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this string furl thingy thing bob in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my fret hammer here and just kind of tap that down into place. Kind of like that. And I got some screws here. Let's see what I got on. All right, so we got that in. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to super glue these top furls in. Furls. How do you pronounce that? Never said I was a professional speaker. I'm not a professional anything. I just do what I do. So anyway, we'll set these down in there. With any luck at all, when I put that Minwax on there, maybe it shrunk the wood up a little bit. That's what it feels like. And yeah, they'll still have to have some kind of glue stuck on them. Yeah, so a couple of them are sliding in really easily, and the other ones were sliding in a little stiff. Nope, maybe it won't go in there. Am I getting my head in the way again? All right, got them stuck down in there. Guess they look okay. Well, here where my CA glue factory's at. I'm gonna attempt. What happened to my? A little nail come out of this for some reason. Oh well. I think I'm going to tape this off a little bit just to help keep from getting glue all over everything. That's a little bit of activator I just sprayed on there. Nice thing about the activator, once it hits that CA glue, it dries right like right now. You don't have to wait around for it. Well, see, that one didn't stick. That one needs a redo. Let's try it again. There we go. Bet that worked. Yeah, the rest of them stuck in there. Well, that's a good thing. All right. So, coming right along. Go ahead and stick the bridge back on there if it'll go on there. Now the other day it did. Slid right on there. There it goes. There we go. So there it is. That's what it looks like with the bridge on.